I'm Lea Vendetta. I'm an artist, best known for my work in tattooing and modeling. I was born in Paris, France. I grew up in a middle-class family, and as a child I loved to draw and paint. My passion was art. When I was 14 years old, my friends and I went to a cool little library, and I found this book on the painter Otto Dix, and I found a painting he did in the 20s of this tattooed woman, and she was fully tattooed from neck to her feet. The world of art and tattooing just merged together for me, and I just knew right then that tattooing was going to become a big part of my life. Lots of things happened when I was 14. I began modeling, getting involved with the art culture that was going on at that time. You know, it was mixed with like music and visual arts, and lots of people were beginning to get tattooed, and I was just immersed into this subculture that was going on back then. I moved from the south of France and went to a well-known art school in Paris. I did the same thing I did in the south in Paris and now in a bigger city. So all my friends were artists and musicians, and I'd do some backup singing, and I would model for some big agency in Paris. At 18 years old, I decided to get my first tattoo. I knew it was going to close some doors on opportunities for modeling, but I made a choice. I just decided that that's what I wanted to do. So I got my tattoo, and I felt like it was a way to open the door to the future that I wanted to create for myself. Around that time, I met an American tattooer, and I got the opportunity to go to the US. And so I packed my bags and jumped on a plane. When I came to the US, I began tattooing with some great established tattoo artists. And after a number of years, a couple of partners and I opened our own shop, and it became very successful. We were artists, and the same as what I was doing in France, we were creating artwork and, you know, like on canvas and on skin, and we were hanging out with friends that share that same passion. It was a bit of a subculture, the culture of tattooing, because of the fact that I think we were a handful of people interested in it, and that were fascinated by the idea of putting art on skin, on somebody for the rest of their life. It was such an amazing concept to be part of. The media covered tattooing first using magazines, and then, you know, more tattoo conventions. Now the mass media like TV and the internet are covering and documenting and showing the world what tattooing is about, so there's more knowledge about tattooing. People know now what can be done, and there's so much that the artistry and the standards in tattooing are really high. Basically, it took tattooing from a subculture lifestyle to mainstream. Because tattooing became mainstream, I think that more photographers and more people in the fashion world became interested in the tattoo world. I began getting more interest from photographers interested in my heavily tattooed look, which is ironic because when I got my first tattoo at the age of 18, it actually closed that door, and now the door was reopened. So it really shows that tattooing changed and turned around and did this 180 and went from a closed door to an opening to opportunities. I then gained the interest of tattoo magazines. They would say, hey, I would love to do a story on you, your artwork and your tattooing. And so they would come to me and we would do the interview. They would put me in the magazine. They would do a full feature article on my work. And they would also put me on the cover, which was very unique at the time to be a featured artist and also the cover model of the magazine. So it snowballed, and I began doing more photo shoots for tattoo and lifestyle publications. When my work became more popular, I began to get more offers. I began to get tattoo offers from celebrity clientele and art gallery offers, and I got an offer for a tattoo show. I think it was mainly for entertainment purposes, but we did have lots of fun. People ask me lots of questions, about my tattoos, like, did I hurt? How long did that take? My favorite question is, what are you gonna do when you're 70? And what am I gonna do when I'm 70? I'm gonna keep getting tattooed. That's what I'm gonna do, and I'm gonna be loving it, just like I am now. People get tattooed for all kinds of different reasons. They get tattooed to mark a milestone in their life, or for any other personal reason, or they just want a beautiful art piece. What I love about tattooing is the fact that everybody can get whatever they want. It's about the pure freedom of getting whatever you want, whenever you want. I think that now we live in a really exciting time because fashion and tattooing are kind of merging. Tattooing is now seen as an art, like it should be seen as. Now, this whole world of fashion, art, music is still connected, and I think more than ever and closer than ever. So I feel that my next ventures are going to take me towards the fashion world. To anybody that wants to get a tattoo, anybody that's afraid of getting a tattoo, or anybody that's apprehensive of doing anything at all, don't be afraid to do whatever it is you want to do. Don't be afraid to go against the grain. Follow your dreams. Follow your heart. Follow what makes you feel alive. Don't hesitate. Life is now.